Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bites, a whiskey user reviews with an 80s twist. But today we are not doing whiskey or anything 80s related, except maybe my lunchbox. We are doing Irish beers. So it's something that I'm trying to do something different this year. I've done so many Irish whiskey reviews over the past 4 or 5 St. Patrick's Days that I thought I would mix it up this year and try a bunch of Irish beers. It's something that I've never really explored outside of just Guinness. So I'm really excited to have found 5 different Irish beers, plus one Irish style non-alcoholic beer, which I'm also excited for. But I've never tried them all once together. So tonight, my goal is to find my favorite Irish beer. I think I have a favorite, but we're going to see if my mind can change today based on these 6 beers that we're drinking. So super excited. If you saw the thumbnail, you know what we're drinking. Might change up the order a little bit, just depends on how heavy some of the beers are. Might rely on you guys for that because most of these I've never had. But yeah, I thought this would just be a fun idea. So let me know what you guys are drinking, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. Hello, hit the thumbs up button. And yeah, can't wait to dive into these beers with you guys. I know it's a little early for the St. Patrick's Day celebrations, but you know, it's a weekend. St. Patrick's Day is on Monday, so I feel like everyone's celebrating basically starting now. So if this is the start of your St. Patrick's Day weekend, maybe this will give you some ideas of which beers to pick up for your party. I'm not hosting a party, but I'm going to my friend's birthday party on Saturday, and her birthday is actually on St. Patrick's Day, which is pretty freaking cool. So she's having a party on Saturday night. So that's gonna be my celebration. It's basically St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, what are you guys doing? You guys doing anything fun? Any like classic meals or any traditions you and your family have for St. Patrick's Day, or friends, I guess? Let's see. Tony's here in the chat. Tony said, "Oh, Cliffy boy." Oh, sorry. He's singing. I'm not going to try to sing that for you. "Oh, Cliffy boy, the beers are calling. Glen Canyon and down the riverside." Well, cheers to you, Tony. Good to see you. I saw you in Perry's chat earlier today. Zopher's here as well. Let's go. Yes. Drinking all the Irish beers. Working. I will be working. I'll be working on the actual St. Patrick's Day too on the 17th for sure. But this weekend I'm going to celebrate like it's St. Patrick's Day. So I feel you there. Also, hello, news about whiskey. So let's go ahead and before I dive into these, I'm a whiskey channel. I gotta have at least one whiskey per stream. Not always, but I thought I would grab a pour of one of my favorite Irish whiskeys available, at least in my area. Redbreast, 12 years old, always a good classic. It's a nice step up from the standard Irish whiskeys, although I do love me some Teeling Small Batch and some Jameson Black Barrel and up. But Redbreast 12 to me is just the quintessential Irish whiskey taste. So I'm going to start off with a cheers to this, and then we'll get into these beers. So cheers, y'all. Let me know what you guys are drinking, whether it's Irish or not. I'd love to hear what you guys are sipping on. Cheers. I was going to do that like a shot. Then I realized I shouldn't, because 12 is like sippable. I thought I just had basic Jameson, but I didn't, so I grabbed this one. If I had basic Jameson, it would totally be a shot. But yeah, man, Redbreast 12 here. It's just, if you're going to try to introduce someone to Irish whiskey, skip Jameson, give them this. Such a big improvement. Of course, both distilled at Middleton, but this one just has a really great graham crackery shortbread cookie note that just is, to me, it's a quintessential Irish whiskey note. You do get a little bit of on like some Jamesons, especially like the Black Barrel, but to me, it comes out a little more with age. So when you get up to like the 12-year mark, you can really taste it. And it kind of defines it in a unique style that I always can tell, oh yeah, this is Irish. All right, well, we'll come back to that at the end. Just want to set my palate. By the way, that one's coming in at 80 proof, so it literally drinks so easy. I was thinking for some reason I thought it was like 90 something proof. But when I just tasted it, I'm like, oh wow, I could have totally drank that like a shot because I'm so used to high proof whiskeys. So it's nice to kind of settle down and take a break with the lower proof one. So ever said, I'm working but have a large break. Might have time for a pint. Absolutely. Go for it. Redbreast cask strength is good for the price. I may need to pour some now. Nice. I haven't bought one in a while. I think, no, that might be one back there. I might have one, but it's older from several years ago. So I need to pick up another bottle for sure, but awesome one to enjoy. So for beers, I was going to start with my favorite, but that's like the darkest of them all. So, the one that I think is my favorite at this point in time pre-stream. But I want to taste through all these. I don't want to blow my palate with some of the darker ones first. So I'm actually going to start with one that I've actually never heard of. But it's like the second most popular beer in Ireland. I love the can, by the way. This is Harp Lager. I think Perry was drinking on it in his stream as well. I've actually never heard of this or seen it. It is 4.5% ABV, product of Ireland. It's actually, oh, it's brewed by Guinness and Co. Okay, did not realize it was actually made by Guinness. I guess it's kind of like the Middleton of, of Irish distilling. Guinness makes a bunch of different products. This one, though, it started being brewed in 1960. It is become a staple in Irish lagers. Oh, there we go. I pulled up some facts about it. It was created by Guinness to compete with the rising popularity of European lagers. The name Harp was chosen to honor Ireland's national symbol, and though it was originally brewed in Dundalk, production has since moved to Dublin. So very, very nice. I actually, like I said, did not know this was by Guinness, which is a Diageo company. Us in the whiskey world are very familiar with Diageo owning all the brands. But yeah, I'm gonna start with this one. I got some glasses to show you guys the. Oh shoot, I forgot my can opener. One second, I don't need it for this one, but I need it for the next one, so I might go run and grab it. I know where it's at, so it might take me like 2 seconds. Don't want to spill these. So this is the Harp Lager. Let me pour a little bit of it here. This one important glass so you guys can see it as well. And I got to drink all these tonight too, so I haven't had beer in a while, so I'm going to be on the after party tonight, I'm going to be very burpy, I'm sure. So here's the color of the Harp Lager. Pretty light. I would say like a bit of a honey color there. Lagers aren't typically my favorite style of beer. I do prefer more of like the stouts. I love a red ale. I honestly like an IPA every now and then. IPAs, usually when I'm visiting a new brewery, I'll get an IPA, just kind of see how they do it. I love when breweries do really unique IPAs. I don't care for like the super hoppy, not fruity ones. I love a hazy, fruity IPA. That's my jam. But other than that, if it's not an IPA, I usually go for like a red ale or a stout. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this one. Have you guys had Harp before? Probably. I just don't think it's very popular, at least in my area. Let me know in the chat. Sending a message to me, the bottle opener. I knew I was going to forget something. I was like, I'm either going to forget the red breast or I'm going to forget the bottle opener. So, let's see. We're going to, say, Slancha to you, Tony, Todd. Good to see. I see Tony's here too. Todd, hope you are not Todd. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. I have so many Tony, Todds, and Donnies and Dons. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm like reading down the chat. Donnie. Got your name right. Thank you so much for showing up. Donnie is one of our Bike Club members and has been a supporter of the channel for so long. And I feel so guilty for just messing up his name, but it's all good. And also, I was double tasking. I got the bottle opener. I love this, by the way. Do you guys have one like this? It's like the bottom of it's a wine opener, which actually works really, really well. But the top of it's just a bottle opener. So that's why I was distracted. I was actually texting Justin to say, can you bring me this real quick? So, hello, Donnie. Good to see you. Never heard of Harp. Oh, you seem surprised. Okay, I've never had it. I'm sorry. Love lagers. Nice. Stacy's in the chat. What's up, Stacy? Sancha, 4 days till St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I'm kicking off the celebration a little bit early today. But I'm going to be celebrating all weekend, so for sure. So ever said if you're an Irish pub, I guarantee it's on tap. Probably. I just personally have never had it. If I've seen it, I've ignored it because I'm like, what is that? But sorry, I usually get a Guinness in an Irish pub. Tony said I found one last Guinness in the fridge to go with that Jameson triple. Nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go for a taste of this one. Like I said, not very familiar with it. Seems to be very popular. You guys are judging the heck out of me. So cheers, Slancha. Let's try this Harp Lager. I was taking a minute to nose it a bit there. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that to be so refreshing. I guess maybe I just don't drink lagers very often. I'll use I do like a red ale. The closest thing I'll do to it is like is it golden ale? I'm trying to think of the one that I drink that's like, sometimes it's finished in gin barrels. I forget what that one is. Pale ale. No, not pale ale. Blonde ale. I do like a blonde ale. This is very different though. I like it. It's refreshing. I didn't think a beer could be refreshing, but it is. Yeah, the nose is very. I said honey on the color, but the nose is very honey as well. Super sweet, not too malty. I mean, there's a little bit of the grain quality to it, but it's like very bright, very not even citrusy. It's just more of like a um overall just a maybe a little herbal, but it's more floral for me. Got some nice like honey characteristics there too. Man, that is really good. Did not know this was so popular and so good. Hmm. Like I said, 4.5% ABV, so it's like a pretty decent proof. I think that it's something that I would definitely start out with. It's not something that I would like enjoy sipping on like as like a special pour. It definitely feels very get your night started kind of pour, but sometimes you need that, right? So I am a fan of this. I'm a new fan of this. So sorry for not ever trying it sooner, those of you that are judging me, but this is really good. Actually, you know what? I don't fully discredit myself because I looked for this one at several different stores and could not find it. Couldn't find it at grocery stores, could not find it at Total Wine. The only place I actually found it was Bevmo, and they only had like one packet of it left. So either it's wildly popular around this time of year, which is likely, or they just don't really distribute it much out here in Southern California. So yeah, that's nice. I like that. It does not, it reminds me. The brightness actually reminds me of like a Mexican style lager, like Corona. Corona to me is like my go-to light, not light beer, lighter style beer. I love that with like lime. This kind of brings me in the same territory. I like that. Harp, Smithwicks, and Guinness on tap at every Irish pub. Well, great. We're gonna try all of those tonight, so it should be fun. So ever said lagers are what I crave. It's what you gotta have after a long day of work. If it's a beer, that's a fair point. Again, like I said, I usually go for like a Modelo or a Corona, but this could enter my circulation as well. Stacey said I've poured a lot of Harp at the Dublin Irish Festival. It's popular when it's 90. Oh, I can imagine. That's what actually I was thinking. This is so crisp and refreshing. It's cold and windy as heck here today. I was actually worried that the internet would go out because when it's windy for some reason, my internet just sucks. So hopefully, if I disappear, I'm gonna try to come back on as quickly as possible. But the wind is going crazy outside. Hopefully, it's been rainy, so hopefully things are not dry. Can't. Last time I had like PTSD because last time it was this windy was when the fire started. So it's a little worrying, but I think everything's wet enough. It's been raining. Not as concerned. Beats Bud Light, says Emily. Also, hello, Emily. Good to see you. Emily is one of our incredible mods, bourbon wrenches here on the channel. Cheers to you, Emily. Hope you're having a good Thursday night. It's definitely around Southern California. We need to get you to some better pubs. I know. Listen, guys. I'm a whiskey guy. I do like beer, but like I don't tend to drink it at home. A lot of times I'll drink beer when I'm out because to me, I'm not very trusting of bars unless I've been to them before. And I worry that if I ask for like a well drink or like a mixed drink, they're gonna like make it weak. And I'm like, I just paid $18 for this weak cocktail. I mean, if it's a fancy cocktail, I'm okay with that. Like if it's nice ingredients, nice presentation, okay with that. But if it's like a gin and tonic or a vodka cranberry or a rum and coke, I'd rather order a beer because I know how much alcohol I'm getting in that. What do you guys do? If it's a new bar, do you trust just going for like a well drink or a call drink, or do you go for beer? Maybe it's just me. I'm also very like not frugal. It's just more of like I don't like getting ripped off, and I feel like sometimes it's a rip off to pay a ton of money for a mixed drink or a well drink, and it's just like maybe 1.5 at most ounces and like this much mixer. So that's my like worst thing. Emily likes a good lager or sour. Nice. Harp is actually heavier than Guinness. Guinness floats on top of it in a half and half. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, in terms of like drinking, I mean, I feel like this definitely drinks lighter, but maybe like molecularly or so. That's interesting. Maybe I should go to Guinness next. I mean, I didn't realize this was made by Guinness until started the stream, so actually I can move to Guinness next. I may have to do that half and half thing too. Do you guys want me to try that? I've seen that. I've seen the combinations of beers on like every Irish pub's menu, but I've just never tried it. Cheap. I'm not cheap, Donnie. I am cheap. I'll be real. When it comes to drinking and like, yeah, like I don't splurge on my drinks. I splurge on my food. I'll splurge on like, I usually don't splurge on nice whiskeys at bars either. I'll splurge at home, obviously. But yeah, I definitely am not. I don't splurge on dive bars. Beer at bars, especially when 98% of us have better bar selection. Absolutely. You need a spoon for that pour. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, well, I don't have a spoon. I'm not gonna make Jessica go get me a spoon too. But I will say I'm gonna rank these as like favorite to least favorite at the end. So that's exciting that this one did so well. I was not expecting much from this. Very, very nice. Well, since we're in the Guinness family, let's go ahead and move on to what I've considered my favorite Irish beer ever. Now, this is not the exact bottle that I wanted. The exact bottle I wanted is not distributed in California. It's actually distributed in Vegas and the Carolinas, which I go to very often, but I don't think to stock up on beer. I'm usually buying whiskey. The one that I have right now is Guinness Extra Stout. So this one is a little bit higher ABV. It's 5.6% ABV. But my actual favorite one that I've ever had from them is the Foreign Extra Stout. And they sell that in Las Vegas. Like I said, the Carolinas. I think that one's almost 6 or 7% ABV. But to me, that one is so creamy and so decadent that I think it's just, it's always a standout. Whenever I always go seek out that bottle. I just don't ever think to bring it back with me. So on the color spectrum, this one is so different, so different. So, oh, I see my internet's dipping a little bit. Sorry, guys. Like I said, the wind might disrupt us. Let me know if you lose me. If you can still hear me, it might be okay. But here is the Guinness. Very, very dark. Of course, as you would expect a Guinness to be. On the nose, so malty. I mean, that's richly chocolate. I mean, like almost dark chocolate. It's not that, it's sweet, but it's not like a sweet milk chocolate. A little bit of like toasted coffee or like toasted peanuts or something in there. Yeah, just really like roasty, toasty nose. All right, let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers. Oh yeah. I mean, that's definitely a huge drink. I mean, huge change in like bitterness and heftiness compared to the Harp. The Harp was light and fruity and like fun and like, this is nice to have on a beach on a 90-degree day. This one, I don't think I would want to drink a Guinness in the heat. I mean, even in Vegas, like it gets hot, but I wouldn't probably drink it outdoors. I feel like I would get sick of it real fast. But just the maltiness, I think the thing that I love about Guinness over some other bourbon barrel aged stouts that are made here in the U.S. is kind of what Stacey was saying. It drinks a lot lighter than them. Sometimes you get the bourbon barrel aged ones and they're like thick, like syrup. This is not. It looks like it. It looks like it would be. This one's a little bit thicker and richer than regular Guinness, I will say. But I mean, for me, for a few bucks more, it's absolutely worth it for the. This one I can only find it in like 6-packs, and Guinness I can find in like larger packs. But usually I'm paying a little bit more for it, but I'm willing to do it because I do like it a little bit better. That's the extra stout. All right, what's going on in the chat? Okay, dropping some frames. Yeah, I apologize. It's very windy today, so. Look who's also here, the Whiskey Dictionary. What's up, Bill? Good to see you. You said I told you I would be here. Yes, thank you for tuning in. We're just getting started. I've had Harp and I've had Guinness Extra Stout. Harp surprised me. It's a lager. It's a very light, floral, fruity. Not really fruity, but light and floral and honey. Really good. Very good for like summertime. Guinness is Guinness. We all know Guinness. I still think I love it, but I'm excited to see how it compares to all of these. Guinness is a winter beer for sure. I've poured a few pints of Guinness this month, usually at 9 a.m. watching Irish rugby. Oh, nice. I guess seen Guinness and like pancakes. Like I feel like that combo sounds really good. The meal within itself. It feels like it, right? It's so rich. Yes, I'm a fan, but we still got 4 more beers to drink, so we'll see if my favorite gets dethroned. We always have Guinness in our house. Yeah, actually, I either have the Guinness Extra Stout or I'll switch it up and get the Guinness 0% ABV. I like to always have like a 0% ABV beer in my house just because like sometimes I want the experience of drinking a beer but not the alcohol. It's just like I like, it's hot outside. I want to come inside and drink something refreshing. I'll drink a non-alcoholic beer. So I do like the Guinness 0%. I also like Corona 0%. I did a whole stream on my favorite non-alcoholic beers. So check that out. If you've not yet seen it, just search my channel, non-alcoholic beers. It actually has done the best out of so many of my videos. Maybe I should switch to a beer review channel. I don't know. but everyone really liked that video, so I'm glad that people are getting something out of it. Hopefully, we'll see how this one does. Maybe I'll do more beer more often if people seem to enjoy it. Again, I'm not like a beer expert, but I like learning new things. All right, so those are the first two beers. I was worried about them all getting cold, or getting hot. So I got myself a little cooler here, which I'm not going to hold it up, but it's a vintage igloo looking cooler. It's so cute. I got to show it off. Okay, that's why I'm not going to pick it up. Look at this. It's so cute. I love it. Yeah. So I put the extra ones in here with some ice to make sure they were cold, and they had a fair shot in this challenge. All right. So what we got coming up next. So you saw the thumbnail, but we have a Smithwick's Red Ale. We have a Sullivan's Malting Irish Ale. We have a Wexford Crème Ale. And we have a Sober Carpenter Irish Red. This is actually a non-alcoholic Irish-style beer. This is actually made in Canada, so it's not Irish. It's the only one that's actually not made in Ireland. But I thought it would be fun to throw in here because I do love a good non-alcoholic beer. So, where shall we go? I think we should go for Sullivan's, right? I know, Stacy, you had a fun fact about Sullivan's. Yeah, you had a fun fact about Sullivan's and Smithwick's. So I'll do the Sullivan's first and then move to the Smithwick's. How about that? All right, so Sullivan's. This is a Malting's Irish Ale. Do I know what that means? Not necessarily. Brewing is in our blood. I saw like blood on the label. I'm like, what are they talking about? I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I love the label. I mean, this bottle is really cool. It has a nice texture to it as well. It says, enjoy the canned version of our Malting's Irish Ale, our classic ruby ale with deep malt combining biscuit and gentle caramel notes. Yeah, it just has tasting notes here. Yeah, water, malted and roasted barley, hops, and yeast, brewed in Ireland. So people are like talking about Smithwick's. Okay. At Walmart, 0 Guinnesses, save for non-alcoholic Guinnesses. Oh, I see. I was like zero, like I was saying like Coke Zero. I gotcha. Smithwick's is also owned by Diageo. Okay. Smithwick's. Okay, y'all have opinions. Should we do Smithwick's first? Okay. Sullivan's is the original recipe for Smithwick's. Okay. We're gonna do a switcheroo. We're gonna go with Smithwick's first. So forget that moment just now. We're gonna go to Smithwick's Red Ale. It's Irish-made product of Ireland. Our ruby red brew with a gentle hop bitterness, sweet malty notes, and refreshingly balanced taste. This one comes in at 4.5% ABV. Also brewed in Ireland by Guinness, and yeah, imported by Diageo. So I think it makes sense to go to this next. We tried 3 different Diageo brands. Let me check this one now. I'm like, shoot, is everything Diageo? Is everything Guinness? I don't think this one is. Oh, you know what? This one isn't even Wexford's isn't even. It's Irish style. Okay, I didn't realize that. My bad. Okay. Well, we're gonna move to Smithwick's and then Sullivan's. So if you saw this comment from Stacy in the chat, she said, Sullivan's is the original recipe for Smithwick's. That's a very fun fact. I did not know that. But I'm going to start with the Smithwick's. They sold the brand but kept the recipe. Gotcha. Okay. Donnie is face-palming. I'm sorry. Oh, it's pronounced Smithwick's. Smithwick's. Oh, I thought Zover was just like being like, this sucks, Smithwick's, you know? I think okay. That W is silent. Okay, I gotcha, y'all. That's why Donnie's face palming. Cheers, Cool Running. Bring some light into the fact that they're making fun of me. Adam, also hi, Adam. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm only like 30% Irish, okay? Smithwick's Red Ale. Let me do that intro over again. So the next one is Smithwick's Red Ale. I've just been informed that the Smithwick's, the W is silent, so apologies. Smithwick's Red Ale, 4.5% ABV. All right, let's go to that. Let me get it poured. Oh, nice color on this one. It's like an in-between, between the Guinness and the Harp. So color-wise, definitely darker. They say ruby. That's probably, I would say it's like a little bit It's a little orange tinted compared to like full on straight red, but it's a nice color. Also has a nice head on it. I mean, they all probably did. I just poured them a while ago. All right. So this one, let's pull up the info about this. I did write down some facts other than how it's pronounced. This company was founded in 1710. It's one of Ireland's oldest ales. Smithwick's is a smooth and malty red ale brewed in Kilkenny since 1710. It was banned in England for over 200 years due to anti-Catholic laws, and it's now owned by Guinness but maintains its distinct brewing tradition. Gotcha. Okay, we're up to speed. Sullivan's is not owned by Diageo. It's independent, I think, from Kilkenny. Okay, yes. But this one also says... imported by Diageo beer, brewed in Ireland by Guinness. You know, that fact I might have copy and pasted wrong. That may be the Smithwick. Sorry. So maybe this Sullivan's Brewing Company, Kilkenny. Okay. I got it, guys. I got it. Well, just go to Total Wine and Bevmo. That's where I went for all of these. So, okay. I got it figured out now. Okay. Smithwick's is Guinness, Diageo. Sullivan's is Kilkenny brewed. Got it. All right. Let's go ahead and nose the Smithwick's. I'm going to say Smithwick's. I'm sorry. Smithwick's. Okay. A bit malty, but way lighter than that Guinness. I mean, it's got a bit of like a molasses sweetness, but it's definitely giving the grain is definitely there forward. I was going to pull up this. I have a beer tasting note chart that I'm kind of using because I'm so used to whiskey notes. Beer is a little bit different. Yeah, this is definitely malt, a little bit bready. I'm not getting any of that toasted roasty thing that I was getting with the Guinness though. To me, this one's just more, yeah, grain, molasses, maybe a little bit of like a fig. I do like the nose though. It's really interesting. All right, let's go and try the Smithwick's Red Ale. Cheers. Okay. That's familiar, even though I've not had it. It tastes like something I've had before relatively recently. I can't put a name on it. Again, I don't drink beer too often, at home at least. That's interesting. I don't want to judge it. Let me go for a second taste. It's heavier than the Harp, not as heavy as the Guinness, at least in the palate. It's very short. Like it like hits you and then it's gone. The flavor's gone. Whereas both of these tend to linger a little bit more. The Harp lingers with the sweetness. The Guinness lingers with just like the body, the heftiness. This one kind of is like you sip it and it's gone. It's got a little bit of bitterness, but just a tiny bit compared to the Guinness. I'm gonna say I'm not really a fan of this one. It's just not the type of beer that I typically drink. I wouldn't say no to it. I'm not like opposed to it. It's not like gross. But to me, it's a little too, it's malty without the richness. And I think that grain note is something that I don't love. Oh, the burps are hitting me now. The grain note is something I don't love unless it's complemented by something. I think I say the same thing with a lot of Highland scotches. I feel like that malted barley note, unless it's complemented by like some other flavors, I'm not the biggest fan of it. So that's kind of reminding me of that one. I'll come back to it though. But yeah, Smithwick's, glad I tried it, but right now I'm not quite feeling it. Oh no, Stacy, I'm having OJ tonight. No whiskey. My husband gave me his cold. Well, last night I actually was not feeling great. I thought maybe I had come down with like a flu or something. I think it maybe just have been a bit of a stomach thing because it's gone today. I feel fine, but yeah, I didn't drink yesterday either. I'm like, I got to get over this. I'm going on an international trip next week, and I really don't want to be sick for it. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to England. I'm going to Amsterdam, and I'm going to Paris for 2 weeks. So I might go live next Thursday. That'll be the day before I leave, but then I won't be live the next 2 weeks. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. Follow me on Discord for all the updates, also on Instagram. And you can also check out my new website, bourbonbites.com, where you can get cool shirts like this. I actually bought this just now just to test out from the site. I did use Threadless previously, but this is a whole new platform. And I got to say, the quality is impressing me so far. This is the lightweight shirt, so it's like definitely airy. I love that. I love it's breathable. I feel like an ad right now, but I prefer these type of shirts. So I'm really excited that I'm able to put my own logos on things. You should see links down there if you guys are interested in checking out the merch. Do want to say though, I have what I call the Bite Club, which previously was Patreon. We're calling it the Bite Club now. You can move over to my website, and actually more of the funds will go to me to support me, the creator, than Patreon. Of course, you're welcome to stay on Patreon, but if you would like to do like 8 of y'all have done so far and switch over to bourbonbites.com, it would mean a lot to me. If you join before March 31st, you get 15% off all of my merch. So if you want a shirt, if you want to refresh your shirt stock, you want a hat, the hat's really cool. They're like stitched and stuff. So let me know if you guys have any questions about that, but I'm really happy with this. So if you guys bought the merch previously, I think these are a step up in quality. So I'm really excited. Kilkenny is very nice ale, although I haven't had it in a while. Miss Linux Cat is making rice crispy treats with Irish cream, Irish whiskey, and a Guinness glaze on top. Wow, that is amazing. Won't use the word we all know it might be called. Wait, what word we might... What? I don't know. I want to know what weird thing is called. Maybe save it for the after party, Yanni. All right, let's go and move on to the next one. Smithwick's, yeah, it didn't quite impress me, but apparently... Oops, that was an ice cube. I don't want that to go on my electronics. Out from under there. There we go. All right, so apparently, according to Stacy, this is the original recipe for Smithwick's before they sold out to Diageo. I don't want to say sold out until they sold the brand to Diageo. I'll show you guys real quick. This is the Sullivan's Malting's Irish Ale. Brewing is in our blood. ABV on this one is, let me see, where is it? 5%. So 5% ABV compared to 4.5 on the Smithwick's. This is a Irish ale, and it says the same thing. Ruby ale. Yeah, so let's go and pour it. Okay, color-wise, let's take a look. Okay, a little bit darker than the Smithwick's. Smithwick's definitely more of an orangey color. This one is truly like an amber color. This one's a true definition of amber. Looks amber, it's got that hue to it that looks more in that style. Like I said, red ales are something I'm very familiar with, something I really enjoy. So, not that I'm picky about colors, but when you're saying red ale and it's like kind of orangey, you know, I don't know. Let's see. All right. So this one, supposedly the original recipe, this one was brewed in Ireland, Sullivan's Brewing Company in Kilkenny, imported by Global Beer Network, Middleton, Massachusetts, or Maine. Maybe Maine, I don't know, MA. All right, let's go ahead and nose Sullivan's. Ooh, that one's like has a bit of like a baking spice, like effervescence. I could just smell the there's like brighter notes popping off the palate. Or off the palate. Brighter notes popping on the nose. I'm just going to go real quick back to the Smithwick's. Yeah, that one was just kind of flat. It was malty. I just had a kind of... I didn't tell you guys, but when I first smelled the Smithwick's, I'm like, I don't like the smell of this. But I wasn't going to say it until I tried it. I don't like the smell or the taste of Smithwick's. I'm sorry. Sullivan's, though. This one has a bit of more floral, kind of similar to the Harp, but it's still got all that malt. It almost smells like a honey puff cereal or like a sweetened cereal. I'm getting honey on so many of these. That must be a common characteristic here. Yeah, this is like a Honey Nut Cheerios or like a Corn Pops kind of thing. I do like it though. There's just like some effervescence. I can tell there's brightness in it. I'm excited to give it a try. All right, let's go and taste Sullivan's Malting's Irish Ale. Cheers. Okay. Dry? Is dry a word for beer? I don't know. It kind of reminds me, it's not sweet at all. Like it has no sweetness. It's interestingly as bitter as an IPA, but IPAs at least have some sweetness with it. This one's quite a bit bitter. I'm not loving either of these red ales or ruby ales. Maybe I just am not a fan of Irish red ales. Yeah, to me, I'll give it another taste. Yeah, I mean, at first I love the nose on it, but on the palate, it just kind of goes. It tastes. You know what it kind of tastes like? It tastes like burnt bread, like burnt toast. Like if you like burn a piece of toast in the toaster and then you ate it. That's the flavor I'm getting, but maybe like burnt like wheat toast, not even white bread, because white bread would at least have some sweetness. This one's just bitter. It's not like gross, but it's something that I could probably just be one and done. Like I don't think I would drink a second one of these. Like if you hand me a Harp or a Guinness, I'm going to drink a second one probably. But this, not loving the flavor profile. Actually, I have to say that I might like the Smithwick's a little bit more. Yeah, I don't prefer either of them. Sullivan's, it's just not a flavor profile that I personally like. To me, it's too much of that burnt toast, but not sweet. I had high hopes because I love the nose on it. Yeah, maybe it'll grow on me. I mean, it does have some brown sugar, but it's like very hidden. I gotta like search deep for that sweetness. Yeah, I'll come back to it, but not loving it so far. All right, we got two more beers, and I'm definitely feeling it now. If you guys notice I'm getting sloppy, yeah, that's because of the beers. All right, so before I move on to the cream ale, I actually want to, now that we're in the red territory, I did want to try this one. I was looking for Irish beers, or I was originally looking for actual Irish brewed beers, but I couldn't find any non-alcoholic ones that were brewed in Ireland. So I found a good alternative. This one's called Sober Carpenter. It's actually a Canadian brand. It is an Irish-style red ale. Non-alcoholic craft brew. Contains less than 0.5% ABV. Let's see. Brewed in the Irish style with Windsor yeast. You'll first notice the malt-focused aromas of this medium-bodied brew. The roasted barley translate into subtle notes of coffee and caramel. Cheers. Yeah, so it tells you the malts are roasted barley, crystal dark and pale. The hops are East Kent Golding and Fugel? I always love when they have info like that. Yeah, so I'm excited for this. This is a pint glass. Pricing was about the same as all these other ones, which is always nice. All right, let's go and pour the Sober Carpenter Irish Ale. All right. By the way, what are you guys drinking? The chat, y'all are quiet. Let me know what you're drinking. Sorry, that sounded aggressive. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be aggressive. Wow, okay. This new one, color-wise, I gotta say they nailed the color. I mean, this and the Sullivans are the exact same color. Yeah, wow. So much so. Sorry, I realized I was holding it above you guys. I'm looking at it at the light that's above my camera. Interesting. Let's give it a nose. Okay, noticeably different. It's not quite the malty bitter thing that we were getting so much on the other two red ales. It's definitely more in the, I mean, maybe it's more yeasty. It kind of honestly just smells like a tea, like a really dark tea, like an overbrewed, maybe like an oolong tea or something. It smells good. I mean, it's not off-putting. It just doesn't smell like a beer, and it doesn't smell like anything else we're drinking. So, all right, shall we go for it? Are you guys alive? Is my video still working? Because I was worried with my internet cutting out. Let me know if you guys are still watching. Someone just give me a thumbs up in the chat or something. I just want to make sure before I drink this because I don't want to. My big thing that I love about the channel is first impressions, and I don't want to ruin my first impression and then have to fake it. What's up? Okay, someone came in the chat. Thank you, Todd. Thank you. Cheers to you. Good to see you. Hope you were doing well. Todd is going to be joining Fred and I and Bill for a bourbon terabyte tasting this Sunday. So that's one of the perks at that $50 tier. You get a private tasting with me. I will send you samples, and we will have a great time. Usually hang out for a couple hours. Yeah, so hope to see you there, Todd. Also this Friday for patrons, just to know, or Bike Club members, we're doing a screening of Euro Trip. You guys have been telling me to watch this movie for years. I've not watched it, so we're going to watch it on Discord. Everyone $5 and up on the Bike Club on the website or Patreon gets access. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. And Emily, thank you for letting me know that you're here. All right, let's go ahead and try this Sober Carpenter Irish Red non-alcoholic brew. Sasha, cheers. Hmm. Okay. I don't dislike it. It's very like light, like super like almost watery flavor wise or mouthfeel wise. It's definitely got the bitterness. I mean, they nailed that. It's very similar to that bitterness. It's less of like that malt flavor though, that cereal grain. I'm getting a little bit less of that. To me, it's almost like the bitterness is almost like a sour, like a wood. Like like sometimes wood will have like a sour note, like a fresh green wood would have like a little bit of sour bitter. That's kind of what this tastes like. Now, I will say, if you're trying to drink, like if you just want to drink with your friends and you don't want to come off as that person that doesn't drink, man, pour yourself this. This looks so much like a beer. I mean, even in a glass, like that's crazy how dark that is. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the alcoholic version, so maybe it makes sense why I don't like the non-alcoholic version. I don't know. I see what they were going for. I just feel like with the body of it being so light and watery, I don't feel like it quite reaches that bar. But you know what? Some people may like it. So I always want to throw in a variety for people that choose to not drink or are sober for whatever reason. Give it a try. It's not my favorite non-alcoholic beer. Like I said, check out the stream of non-alcoholic beers. No worry, Todd. This is the Sober Carpenter Irish Red non-alcoholic beer. So 0.5% ABV. I just want to try it compared. I just had the two red ales. I had the Sullivans and the Smithwicks. Neither of them were my jam. I started out with Harp, which surprised me. I'd never had this before. Delicious. And Guinness, which is my old fave, is my second one. So I'm going to rank them at the end. We got one more beer to try, though. So let's see. Let's see if this last one kind of ups it up, because like these last few have not impressed me very much. But I'm going to go for this one. I actually thought this was an Irish beer until I took a closer look today. They really fool you with the marketing here. This is Wexford's Irish Style Cream Ale, which I'm like, oh, this has to be from Ireland, right? It's nitro draft, so served chilled. Based on a traditional Irish recipe from County Wexford that dates back to 1810, we use only the freshest, most natural ingredients to ensure our Wexford ale has a smooth, mellow creaminess we believe you will enjoy. 4.8% ABV, but if you look up close, it says brewed by Green King in Suffolk, England. It's imported by Total Beverage Solutions from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I actually used to live there. That's interesting. Yeah, so it's not an Irish beer. It's an Irish style beer. Ooh, wow. Okay. Did not. That sounded worse than it was. It was just the. I'm sure it was just the nitrogen. Let's pour this one. I think you're supposed to. They're like nitrogen. I think you're supposed to pour quick, right? If I remember correctly, that's how you're supposed to do these beers versus like just doing a slow pour. Chill for at least hours. Carefully outside glass, observe the creamy head, and enjoy it. Okay, yeah, I've done one before, and it said to pour it fast, but Todd said Wexies is decent, and Zoe said I've had it many times, fooled me too for a while, but enjoyed it. Nice. I've never had this one. All right, so a cream ale. Do you guys know what a cream ale is? Because I don't. I do have some facts about this one though. So let me go back to that. I didn't give any facts about the last two. Shoot, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do too many things. I have too many things on my screen. I told about the Smithwick's one. The facts. I'll go to the facts about this one. This one is a smooth and creamy ale inspired by traditional Irish brewing techniques. It's known for its nitro-infused pour. The nitrogen widget in the can replicates the creamy draft experience at home. So you'll see this on a few like things like Guinness will do it too. There's like a little like bead or something in there that somehow does something with the nitrogen. I don't know how it works, but it definitely gives it a whole different mouthfeel. And it's a unique fact. Despite its Irish branding, Wexford is actually brewed in England. So if I would have just read the facts that I pulled, I would have known that. All right, but it's creamy. There we go. Color, lighter than the red ales. Not as light as Harper, and definitely lighter than Guinness. Oh, that's very sweet on the nose, unlike the other ones. It's almost like a vanilla. Is it creamsicle? Hold on. I know cream. Maybe I'm being influenced by cream. It has a very like sherbet kind of nose to it. Maybe that's why it's called a cream ale. I don't know. Really liking that nose. Does not smell like a beer at all. I've never had anything that smells like this. Very sugary, sweet, almost a little fruity. Man, I can't wait to give this a try. All right, let's go. Cheers. Hmm. So the nitro thing didn't work as well as it's done before in Guinnesses. Is it because of the way I poured it? Let me just try it from the can. I'll just say I've had that nitrogen experience much better on other ones. I've had it better on a Guinness. Even Nitro Pepsi, yes, me too. This one though, it's almost like I was thinking like maybe the bubbles are just tiny, which they usually are, but there's not. To me, this one isn't coming across as very carbonated. I wonder if maybe this one's just older. Maybe it's been sitting on the shelves for a while. It says best by February 26th. I don't know if that means the 26th or 2026. If it means the 26th, then yes, we are beyond that. It smells really good though. It's just like very little carbonation. Maybe I just have an off bottle. I mean, flavor wise, it's decent. I like it. It just drinks like a flavored water more than a beer. That's weird. Okay. I don't know what I do. Keep going back to it. I mean, it does leave a little bit of tingle on the tip of the tongue, but I've just had way better nitrogen infused beers before. Not my favorite. Honestly, I love the flavor. I just need carbonation. I can't drink my beer without carbonation. To me, like that makes it more refreshing. And when it's like flat like this, to me, it just doesn't quite do it. I mean, Zoverset usually has more head. Yeah, I know. I agree. And every time I've had one of these, it's always like pour quickly, and I did. And it's not like you see it. I just pour it fresh, and it's not. I don't know. Maybe I just have a dud of a thing. Let me know in the chat if mine's wrong. I'll redo this another time, but that's disappointing. I thought I was really looking forward to that one. Man, oh well. Maybe I just had a dud. Let me know in the chat or in the comments below. All right, so we've had all 6 beers. I am very much feeling the 6 beers. Now I have to rank them. All right, the fun part. Will any of these overthrow my current favorite of Guinness Extra Stout? Let's find out. I'll go back through and taste them once again, just one more time. Man, that Wexford's really letting me down. It does look flat. Yeah, you know, sometimes there's something goes wrong in the canning process. Maybe that's what happened here. I could grab another one. I mean, I did buy, but it's not going to be cold, so nah, I can't do that. I'll let y'all know on Discord if I grab another one and it's better. Just this one might just be a dud. It happens, whatever. But well, didn't impress me on first try. All right, now of course we're gonna go to the Sullivans next. There's that carbonate. At least it has carbonation, you know. Sullivan's, I think it's kind of growing on me, but it's still like I wouldn't choose to drink it. Let's try the Smithwick's. Carbonated. I actually prefer Smithwick's over Sullivan's. I think I already said that. Now let's go to the first two, Guinness and Harp. It's starting to get a little warm, but it's okay. I have a whole can here, and I have plenty of ice. Man, that Harp is. I think I'm just surprised. I actually didn't think an Irish beer could be that light and refreshing. So to me, that's a new one for me. It's not light in terms of lacking flavor. It has a ton of flavor. It just is light and bright and makes me want to sip it on the beach. Now, will it beat my favorite Guinness Extra Stout? It's a tough one. At least let's try another. Yeah, I will. I'll let y'all know on Discord. I don't want to go open a warm one because that's not gonna. Even if it is bubbly, it's not gonna impress me. All right, let's try the Guinness Extra Stout real quick. Man, that's delicious. Okay, I'll say right off the bat, my favorites are either Harp or Guinness. My last place is the Wexford. Honestly, right now, based on my experience tonight drinking it, my next to last would be Sober Carpenter. I wanted this one to do better, this non-alcoholic, but to me, it doesn't taste like a beer. To me, it tastes like a tea, which is nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't replicate any kind of beer likeness other than the color. The color is very beer. Flavor is not. Next place would be my third to last place is Sullivan's. My next place is Smithwick's. I think the backwards order of this is my final order. I think the Guinness Extra Stout, even though I love it, this is like one that you don't drink every day, right? This is like a special, like you need something like strong. Then I see yourself pouring this. I mean, delicious, all the flavors that I love in a stout. Do prefer the foreign extra stout. Good, really good. But I think my winner here tonight is the new to me Harp Lager. I think it's mostly just because I'm impressed that like an Irish beer can taste so refreshing. That's usually my style of beer, so it kind of makes sense. But wow, I was not expecting to find a new favorite here. I'm excited. I'm glad that I have more of these to drink. Do you guys like Harp? Or are you guys telling me this is like the worst one ever? But to me, this one is definitely the winner. Yes, I just held that weird because I just tried to pour it sideways. And it's carbonated. Wow. Harp and Guinness are totally different, but I love them both. It's a matter of which beer style you want. Exactly. That's why they're my top two. The only reason I put Harp before it is I can drink that more often because that's like a refreshing any day beer. Guinness, you have to kind of be in the mood for a Guinness, is how I feel. Have I tried Young's Double Chocolate Stout? I have not. Not heard of that one. I'm interested. Is it Irish? All right. Zopher, Harp, love Harp. Cool Running said Wexford Crème Ale. Carbonation is lower than low. Extremely light bodied, relatively sweet. Oh, so you have it as well. Okay. So maybe I'm not crazy? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that when I came back. Mine's like the extremely low carbonation. Like to the point where it almost drinks like flat. I like the sweetness of it, but it's so light bodied and it's flat that I can't get behind it. It's my last place. It's even below the non-alcoholic beer. I just don't like it. So I'm interesting to hear that someone else has had the carbonation problem. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's just the style. I don't know. Just not a fan. So thank you for trying that with me. I appreciate it. All right. Well, that does it for this week's stream. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I still have some Redbreast 12 here, so I'll treat you guys with this at the end. Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend. Be safe. Listen, go out, celebrate all you want. Just make sure you have a safe ride home, whether it's Uber, designated driver, or a friend's couch to pass out on. Just make sure you have a plan. But most of all, enjoy yourself, your friends, your family. I wish I had a toast to you guys, but I just appreciate you being here. Thank you for tuning in live or watching the replay. Leave a comment below or a thumbs up if you want to engage. I read every comment. And I'll see you guys over on Discord for our after party. Cheers. And or sláinte. I should have been saying sláinte the whole time. I've been saying cheers. I'm sorry. When I think beer, I think cheers. But so have a sip of this Redbreast 12. As good as all this beer was, nothing's gonna replace whiskey for me. So good. Redbreast 12 is just amazing. All right, you guys. Love you. See you next Thursday, most likely. But because I'm traveling the next day. But I'll let you know. Just follow the Patreon, the website, and Discord for updates. Cheers.